As we predicted, the de facto candidates for 2016 are on the stump, but also on the small screen. One of them is speaking Spanish, one is hitting an easier target than Shia LaBeouf, and the other is preaching to the converted.
Como ustedes, yo también quiero soluciones para nuestros grandes problemas. Y es por eso que es vital elegir a líderes como Cory Gardner.
The IRS tells you to hang on to 7 years of your personal tax information, but they can't even keep 6 months of employee emails. Make it easier on hardworking taxpayers. Less of the IRS and more people working. I'm Paul Ryan, and I may get audited for approving this message, but it would be worth it.
Washington is horribly broken. I'm Rand Paul, and I'm fighting to change that. Washington takes too much of our freedoms and too much of our money. I think Dan Sullivan will get it back.
Mark, there are a lot of qualities that a presidential candidate needs to have, and one of them is being good on television, and one particular one is being good in television ads. What do you make of those ads and what it says about those three guys?
Well, Jeb Bush and Rand Paul on behalf of other people in Chamber of Commerce ads, and Paul Ryan for himself. I think all three of them really good in those ads. Paul Ryan, I think probably the weakest of the three. First of all, we got to say Jeb Bush's Spanish.
Oh my God!
Awesome,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. Almost sounds so good. It almost seemed like it was overdubbed,
I know,
with an actual like native Spanish speaker.
But I mean, I don't mean to disrespect President Bush 43, but this guy's Spanish better.
Much better.
Paul Ryan was fine. The Rand thing in Alaska, you know, you go on BloombergPolitics.com and watch the whole 30-second spot. It's kind of intense. And
it is.
And that's his performance. But again, I think all three of them are strong, and they're all out there trying to make their mark. And one way to do it is on the stump and fundraising, but another is with ads like that. And I think all of them are pretty good. Yeah,
and they are, as you just mentioned, fundraising. The number of those guys, a number of other guys were in New York City yesterday for a big fundraiser at Woody Johnson's house. You have a story up that you're working on about that. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
A story coming a little bit later tonight on BloombergPolitics.com about this event last night that Woody Johnson hosted. Mitt Romney was there after he did the show. He went over there, but you had a bunch of candidates, Christie, John Kasich, potential candidates, and my sense from talking to people who were at the event was no one really wowed the crowd. They all left thinking, we raised $2 million for the RNC, but no one left there thinking, wow, I found my candidate tonight. Now, Jeb Bush wasn't there, and he's the favorite of a lot of those guys from around the country. But it was an interesting event. Rupert Murdoch was there, and he and Mitt Romney had a little private huddle at one point during the evening. People were wondering what they talked about.
Yeah, I heard Rand Paul had another event the same night, went over and saw a bunch of tech executives and CEOs where his libertarian message goes down pretty well. He did better at that event than he did at the Woody thing.